Okay, so this is going to be while I'm gone, so you guys can know how to draw your trebuchet arms. Okay, so the first step is to just start a 2D sketch and click on a plane. The next thing is to draw a polygon. Okay, put that right in the middle. This will be for the little nut that goes through for the pivot point. And we're going to dimension it from a flat point to a flat point. You're going to make that, the dimension is on the board, 0.38. And we're going to change polygon to a rectangle, zoom out a little bit, and draw a long, skinny rectangle around it. Then we're going to dimension that to be 16 inches long, and we're going to go an inch thick. You can change these later. This is just to get you started. And to center everything, I dimension from the center down here, and half of 1 inch would be 0.5. And then however long your short arm is, when you did your simulator, the trebuchet simulator, make the distance from the center to the short side that distance. So whatever yours is, I'm just going to do a 4 to make it simple for the video, but you need to change that to whatever the best dimension was when you simulated it. Okay, so that's it for now. Let's just finish the sketch and extrude it. Okay, click on the beam, so make sure it's all extruding except for the hole in the middle. And I put mine at 0.9 because that's how long the little bolt is that goes through the hole. So 0.9. And right now, this is what we would call a uniform beam because it's all one size all the way through, and it's really bulky, so we want to make it better. Can you grab me the trebuchet arm over there that I 3D printed? Okay, now I'm going to click right there. Thank you. Now if you look at this, there's a hole in the tip, and then there's a hole in the back for the eye bolt right here, eye screw. And so we need to make a little tiny circle there to get that started. And if you see the dotted line, boom, right there. Now I'm in the middle, and I would dimension that to be about 0.1, which is a little small, but then when you screw it in, it'll make it nice and tight. Okay, so then we're going to extrude that. Now it's wanting to poke out. We want it to cut in, so change this to cut and make it just 1 inch. Then I'm going to flip it around and do the same thing on the other side. Click on there and do a circle. Oh, what's cool, watch this. You can do a project geometry because it's the exact same. So I click on that circle and it makes another one. That's kind of cool. Or you could just draw it, either way. Extrude and change it to cut. Voila. Now this beam right here would be way too big, way too heavy. You want to cut out holes. They could be triangles, circles, whatever. Triangles are better. Just takes a little bit longer to draw. You want to taper it to the tip and continually cutting it down until the volume is 6 cubic inches. Let's see what the cubic inches are now, so you know how. So you click on the eye, the menu right there, and go to this third one up. It says eye properties. You click on that, and then you have to go all the way over to physical and just click on the update. Now right here, volume, it says 14, so that's way too high. This thing is super heavy. If we were to 3D print this, it would be and make it solid, it would be way too heavy and would use up almost a whole roll of plastic, and it wouldn't be very efficient. So we need to take this down to 6. And the only way to do that is to just keep hacking off pieces until this number says 6. So you just got to keep coming back and looking at it. You can round over the corners using this fillet command. You can, draw triangles and cut holes. I'll show you a couple things and then we'll end the video. All right, so I'll just sketch on the side here. Now let's say you wanted to make it, taper down like mine. We could just draw a line. I'll just go from here and then go right there, and then do another one from here to here, and then say finish sketch. Now, if it doesn't make these yellow lines for you, then you might need to, instead of just a line, you might need to draw a big triangle. And then when you say extrude and you click on them, see there's one right there, there's one right there. It's kind of hard to see. There you go. So you see how they're poking out like that? Then just drag it the other way, or you can say cut and drag it the other way. Either way works. You don't have to go the exact right amount. You can go way too far and just make sure it's all the way cut down. All right. Actually, I'm not. Yeah, we'll do that. Say okay. Then I'm going to do something else. I'm going to click right here, and I'm going to draw a line coming down and go all the way to about. If you zoom in, you can be a lot more accurate. And go there, come up to here. I'm just making it up as I go along. This would be fun to do. What if I did that? Finish sketch. Extrude. Now it's poking way out this way. I want to make like a little mini I-beam. And so we're going to cut, but I don't want to go all the way through. I just want to go, I want to leave some, and I remember I extruded at 0.9. So I want to leave 0.2 in the middle. So 0.35. And say okay. All right. And then I can flip the whole thing around and watch this little trick. I'll do another sketch over here. Remember the project geometry trick? So I can click all those lines that were made before and just reuse them and say extrude, cut, and it remembered the 0.35 as well. I say okay. So now it's got this, whole chunk out of it, which is kind of cool. And then you can go in and make little triangles out of that if you need to. So I need to see what's left over. Go to eye properties, go to physical, click update again, and I'm down to 8. So I have a little bit more to go, which I'm not going to do on the video, but you guys get the idea that you just got to keep hacking off pieces until it gets down to 6. Okay. I would try to eliminate most of the weight off the long side, because you want to leave as much weight as possible on the other side, because that's where all the weight is going to be, and you want this to be nice and bulky. But here's where I would use the like fillet to round over the edges a little bit, and I'm holding down F4 on the keyboard to rotate, and click, or you can rotate the box in the top corner. And you say okay. Let's see what that did, just for fun. Physical update. 7.9. So it got rid of a little bit, not a lot, but shouldn't be too hard to eliminate a little bit more. I could still, taper in the top here and all sorts of stuff. But I want to make this a quick video so you have time still to work on it in class. And one last thing, sorry. Go to the eye when you're done, when it's at 6, or lower, you go to the eye, you click on this print arrow and do the last one on the bottom, 3D print preview. There are two things you need to do. You need to go to options and make sure that this says millimeters, okay? And then you go to save copy as and save that, and that's what you will submit, is that STL file, okay? Anyway, all right, so that is all, and we shall be done.